this for the second time.
Are we? Yeah, sorry about that. That's on me. So fun the first time, we're doing it again.
Yeah. It's terrible.
I know. I mean,
how are you supposed to?
All we ask her to do is point the camera and start it.
Don't
and then
call
we
us
still
names.
have these issues. Yeah, and don't belittle us and call us names. Apparently that's too much to ask. You want to get out of our shot? Okay. Seems like once before you were adamant about not being in a shot and your name not being used, but now all of a sudden. Okay.
Things have changed.
Hello, I'm Larry, and this is Carter's Country. Today, Justin and I are going to shoot a few 22 pistols. If you remember a while back, we did a shoot around with various 22 rifles.
If y'all can vote on what could be the winner, and remember, just remember, that's all you have to do.
I've seen people have less stress over a $500 bet than you two have over bragging
My name's
rights.
Justin Carter. It's been a pleasure being here.
It's not really fair. She's behind the camera. She can't get out here and say anything to advocate for her. But the set was really stressful that day. 2 of the rifles being shot were owned by people involved in these videos. And there was a lot of bickering. It was a really tense workplace. It was uncomfortable, quite frankly. Today we're going to try to get through this like adults.
We'll try.
With some pistols. But you know, one of the things, a lot of what we said about the 22 rifles applies to the pistols.
Absolutely.
You know, your cost per round of ammunition is minuscule compared to your centerfire ammo. You don't have recoil, so you're not going to get tired if you're shooting a lot of rounds. 22s, because of the cost and lack of recoil, is a great way to work on trigger discipline. If you want to, you know, adjust your grips a little, your grip a little bit, things like that. 22 is the way to go. And if you're just wanting to go spend a lot of time at the range, put a lot of ammo down range, 22 is the perfect round for that.
Yeah, well, it's really neat to see that we have a lot of guns now, and a lot of manufacturers have come out with new updated versions of a great round. So.
Yeah. Your options on 22s, you know, a few years ago were pretty limited. It was either, honestly, something really cheap that was just thrown together and not a lot of thought put into it because they knew people weren't going to spend a lot of money on a 22, or you had your high-end stuff for your competition shooters, things like that. A lot of gun makers have stepped forward now, and they have 22s in the market for the everyday shooter that wants something light, something fun, and something relatively inexpensive to shoot.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go through some of those today. We've got a couple of guns from Ruger. We've got a Beretta. We've got a Taurus, and then we've got the new Sig P322.
Correct.
Here's the Sig P322. That's kind of the gun that we're going to feature today, even though we're going to be shooting 4 other models from other manufacturers. Sig really loaded this thing down with features. You've got 21 round capacity. Of course, you can also add a 25 round extended mag to it if you want. You've got your front and rear slide serrations. It already comes optic ready. You've got a threaded barrel. Your controls are ambidextrous on it. You've got the fiber optic sights that come standard with it. I mean, they really loaded this thing up for a 22.
And dropping curved and straight trigger.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you have a preference, you shoot one better than the other. You get both in the box, changing them out. No need to go to a gunsmith or anything. You can do it yourself. So yeah, I mean, this thing is just chock full of features, and it's good to see that manufacturers understanding now, just because a gun's a lower caliber, it doesn't need to be lower quality. Yeah. Doesn't need to have less features. People want a gun like this.
And good price point, it seems like, too. I'm happy to see that it's a strong price.
Yeah, so looking forward to shooting this one. We'll save this one for last. We're going to work through some of the others first. At the end, we're going to come back and kind of talk about each one and just talk about how much fun we had.
Yeah, sounds good.
The first gun we shot here was the Ruger Wrangler. It's the only revolver that was shot. It's kind of a throwback to the old single action cowboy style. You see the loading gate here on the side. You load one round at a time. Ruger kept true to the style of the old, of the old revolvers this was modeled after. It's got a very good price point and was a lot of fun to shoot. I would have no problem having this as a gun in my collection.
That's great to play with. That was a nice part of it.
Good weight to it, classic handle. It's just, I liked everything about it. It was fun.
Absolutely. Here's a classic.
Okay, yeah, the second gun we shot was the Ruger. This is the Mark III. We shot the Mark III instead of the Mark IV because none of us own a Mark IV yet. So we went with the Mark III. The great thing about it, though, is, Ruger came out with this basic design in 1957, I think. And they've made a couple of changes here and there along the way, but the overall style, shape of the gun, the angle of the handle, which I believe is the same as a 1911, makes this a classic, even though you don't think of the blue steel and all of this, and a Picatinny rail as something classic. Yeah. The very basic design of this, which to me, when I first saw them, always reminded me of the old German Lugers.
Yeah.
Kind of. But this was the second gun we shot. A lot of fun, real easy to put accessories on it if you want. Real good shooting gun. And if you want something different in your gun collection, this one, particularly with the blue on it, would definitely be that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this next one is the Beretta M9 in a 22 caliber. You know, the M9 was the standard issue in the 9mm. It was a standard issue in the U.S. military for a couple of decades. So if the design of the gun looks familiar, that's probably where you've seen it. There's millions of those out there. Yeah. They came out with it in 22, and to Beretta's credit, they stayed true to the original design of the bigger caliber.
Yeah.
It's got a real good weight to it. I tend to shoot pistols a little bit better when they've got some weight to them. Probably due to old age and who knows what else, but yeah, this one they stayed true to it.
It goes back to what we talked about earlier. They're bringing out old guns that people know hands down what it is, and then they're putting it in a fun caliber to shoot.
Right,
which is
a perfect way to put it.
It's a pleasure to shoot that gun. Like you said, it's got all the weight that you want it to be there. It doesn't. There's no recoil to it at all. It's just it's a fun shooting gun, and you could shoot that gun all day long. Right,
absolutely. Yeah, they didn't cut any corners with it when they lowered the caliber. Okay, this is compared to the last couple we showed you, this one is relatively new. It's the Taurus TX22. It very quickly got a great reputation in the 22 caliber community. It's a great, reliable, accurate firearm. There's different models of this that a lot of people use in target competitions, things like that. It's got a good feel to it, good size grip. You can see I've got an average size hand. My pinky doesn't hang off the bottom or anything. It's lightweight, just a real fun gun to shoot, and a good quality product and a great value.
Yep.
Okay, and the gun that inspired this whole video, the new Sig P322, we kind of went over earlier the incredible amount of features it comes with. The flat and curved trigger, both come in the box, easily interchangeable. Just an all-around great gun. And if you're looking to maybe just get one gun in the 22 semi-automatic realm, and you're thinking maybe later you want some optics on it, or you want to do a couple things with it, this one comes ready to customize, or as it is already a great gun with a lot of great features.
Lots of options. I was also just happy to shoot it, as it's only been on the market for probably a couple weeks now. So to be able to shoot it as soon as it came out on the market, it's a really neat gun to shoot.
Yeah,
I was happy to shoot it.
I think this one will stay in Sig's rotation for a very long time. I think they really got a winner here with this one.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we proved our point about how fun 22s are to shoot. This was a lot of fun. I could have sat here and done this all day.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just great guns. It's a great caliber for so many reasons. Had a lot of fun with it. We shot 2 Rugers, a Beretta, a Taurus, and a Sig. Those are obviously names I think everybody's heard of. Everybody knows they can depend on them and count on them. And certainly with the models we shot, these manufacturers definitely came through. I would like to compliment everyone else but me, since I didn't have the problem last time. Everyone was very civil, acted like adults for the most part. This was a lot of fun to shoot, and I thank you back behind the camera for that. It was good that we can get through this like a family, sort of, or adults, family or adults, either one. Like always, we hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Feel free to make comments about the video you've seen, videos you would like to see. We will do everything we can to make those happen for you, and we learn from your input. So please communicate with us, let us know what you think, and we will do our best to respond. And remember, if you've ever shot or hunted with us, you're already a part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time,
adios.
Slow down, Wyatt Earp. This isn't a race, okay? Just put it back down.
Okay.
Let's try it again. You're already a part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time,
adios.
Jesus. You're already a part of the Carter's Country family. Until next time, There you go.
Adios.
Adios.
Sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
It's terrible.
I know. I mean,
How are you supposed to?
all we ask her to do is point the camera and start it.
Don't
and then
call
we
us
still have
names.
these ECs. Yeah, and don't belittle us and call us names. Apparently that's too much to ask.